What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Suburban Nerd. This is the channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. We got a whole bunch of nerd news we're going to be talking about today. A couple of things we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the weekend box office, of course. Then we're going to be talking about the whole Joker leaked images. The Kingsman 3 may be coming. And also the Bumblebee trailer, just to mention a few things. So first thing, before we get to all of that, I want to talk about this. Over the weekend, we lost a very important man. His name was Gary Kurtz. Not Kurtz to Chips, that's with the S, this is Kurtz with a Z. And he was a major part of Star Wars at some point. He was the producer of Empire Strikes Back. He was actually a second unit director. He directed other movies, or he was a producer of other movies like The Dark Crystal and American Graffiti. And he passed away this past weekend at the age of 78 years old. He had a major part in the development of the original Star Wars when there was issues happening with Fox, and he was a guy that, if you look into it, he's the guy that kind of got things going and got things happening. So we're gonna definitely miss you. You know, like, I didn't know much about you before this, but looking into it, definitely see that you are a very important part to this, you know, franchise of Star Wars. So you'll be greatly missed, and go forward. So that's gonna be the only kind of lower thing that we're gonna be talking about as far as, like, you know, sad news. But today, a whole bunch of stuff. Weekend box office. We're gonna start first, and first place, we've got The House with the Clock in Its Walls. That one came out with $25.5 million over the weekend. And it did pretty great, considering the fact that a movie that I thought it was sort of going to be reminiscent of, because it had Jack Black, of course, was the Goosebumps movie. And this made more money than the Goosebumps movie made on its first weekend. Goosebumps movies, it made $23 million this first weekend. So this one's already blown it out as far as with the 25.8. Worldwide, it's made $29.95 million, but it hasn't even opened over, like, worldwide all the way. Only like a few countries here and there, but it hasn't opened in a mass opening around the world. So good on that. Second place, and also, if you guys want to check out my review for that, just check right there. Alright, second place, we've got A Simple Favor with Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, which it was a surprise for me how much I enjoyed this movie. This movie was like a cornucopia of genres all blended into one. Sorry about the noise, whatever. But yeah, if you guys ever seen Gone Girl, this thing was like, how you say, it's Gone Girl with humor, if there's any way to kind of get that out. But it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. In fact, I didn't see it twice, but someone I know saw it twice. And this movie made $10.4 million worldwide. It's made $42.5 million. And this is only a second week. It's only had a 35% drop from week 1 to week 2. So good on A Simple Favor for doing this thing, you know. Because if you don't go below, like, say, if you don't go above 50% in your second week as far as dropping, you know, you're poised to make some good money. And next, in third place, we've got, like I said, if you guys wanted to see my review of that, it'll be right there. A Simple Favor. Third movie. In third place, we've got The Nun, coming in at $10.25 million. And this is what's crazy about this movie. It's only a 43.8% drop. And this movie has made worldwide $292.5 million on a $22 million budget. Yo, The Conjuring, the Blumhouse in general, they know how to make money. They make these movies, these horror movies or whatever, they make it for a small amount of money, and the profit just kills it. And I already called it before. Most of the Conjuring, like, franchise movies have made about $300 million. The only one that didn't make $300 million was, I believe it was Annabelle, the first one, at $257 million. So this thing, of course, it's what? It's third week. It's at $2.5 million. It's gonna hit that $300 million mark. So good on, you know, Conjuring. Good on The Nun. Even though I didn't like it that much, and if you guys want to check out my review, I'll put it right there. But overall, if you're into that kind of scary things, jump scares, like, you know, like the tap on the shoulder and you look this way, look back, like, that's kind of the scares it was, and it was a little bit too predictable for me. And, you know, people doing stupid things, like, why are you going down there? Or, like, you know, like I said, check out my review if you want to check it out. Next, we've got The Predator in fourth place, coming in at $8.7 million. Wow. In its second week, it's down to $8.7 million. It is a 64.7% drop from week 1 to week 2. And it's basically because not a lot of good buzz is coming on this. The movie has made $94.9 million. You may think that's good, but the budget for this movie was $88 million. And if you guys have watched my show, I've explained it before. In order for a movie to make profit, it has to make 2.5. It has to make 2.5 times what they spent. And as far as like what they spent on the budget, because what people don't take into account is 88 million was just for the budget. But usually the market's not included in that. So that's another, what, probably 20, 25 million added on top of that. And then after all that's done, then whatever the movie's made, 1/3 of it goes to the movie theaters. Yes, 1/3 goes to the movie theaters. So therefore, you gotta do all the math. But yeah, this movie is lost money, and I don't think it's gonna make it back. So, sorry, R.I.P. Predator. But and if you guys want to check out my review for that one as well, it's right there. Coming in 5th place, which is, it's a shock and it's not a shock. Not a shock because it's a great movie. Shock because it's in its 6th week and it's in number 5, and that is Crazy Rich Asians, coming in with $6.5 million. Worldwide, it's made $206 million on a $30 million budget. This movie's making bank. That's why they've already got the sequel planned out, Crazy or Rich Asian Girlfriend or something like that. And this movie's only dropped 25% from its last week. And before, this thing broke the record, like only dropping 5.7%, which is the lowest drop ever. And yeah, so this movie is doing good. It's people just loving this movie, and I love it. Like I said, check out the review right there if you guys want to check out, because that review that I've done is blowing up. It's got a good amount of views, and I'd love to just keep adding more to it. So check that out for me, and it's a great movie. Check it out. If it's still in the theater near you, go see it. I recommend it. Highly recommend it. Alright, now we're going to be talking about the major topic today, which is those Joker leaked images with Joaquin Phoenix as a Joker. You see them in the subway, and when I first saw it, I wasn't too crazy on it because it was just like, you know, bad clown makeup. It's basically like, okay, then the image I saw was just him smiling, like it looked kind of goofy. But then when they have the close-up images and then him just looking serious, it looks a little crazy, like a clown that you don't want coming to your house performing for your kids or anybody in general. This guy looks crazy. And I'm not gonna say he looks as crazy as you know, Heath Ledger's Joker. But when they zoom in and you see those eyes, you can see the craziness in those eyes. And like there's a little scene, I'm gonna try to see if I get the link down below, of him. Basically, there's chaos. There's in a subway, and everyone's running out, and then people are running for their lives, whatever. And you got the clowns, and in the back it says Bruce Wayne's dead or something like that. Basically, it's like it's banning Bruce Wayne. So this is taking place before, you know, Bruce Wayne is Batman. So I don't know if this is like, supposedly he's running for mayor in this, but the images that I've seen, the leaked images, which they don't really look leaked because they look like very professional, considering the fact that leaked images was like you see like half of like a sweater or something like that. You try like, or no, like this thing was like up close, like Entertainment Weekly was there taking pictures. This don't look like no regular leaked images. So bullshit on the whole leaked images. Y'all leaked it. That ain't no real leak. Y'all put it out there for people to get hyped about this, because like I said, that's what they did for Heath Ledger. But except with the Heath Ledger, they did it with just a poster. You just saw his face with the makeup and everything. Everyone was like on board. So this one, people are definitely getting on board. Me, I'm still not too sure, because like the whole different, there's gonna be two with Jared Leto, and then the one with Joaquin Phoenix, Jared Leto and Harley Quinn. And just like, I'm down for the Elseworld, and you know, Todd Phillips is a good director. And originally it was supposed to be produced by Martin Scorsese, but I think he stepped away. But overall, Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna give his all. And if he gives his all, usually he's a Emmy nominated person, so Oscar nominated actor. So this guy, I'm gonna have faith that he's gonna bring it with this movie. So we'll see how that comes out. Next, we've got Deadline reports that Kingsman 3 is going to happen, and it is coming out November 2019. No one thought it was gonna do, because like this movie, it's like out of nowhere, because it's only what like a year or something like that. So so this movie had to have been already in production, as far as them getting things ready. It must already have a script and already have it written, because for them to, because it hasn't started shooting yet. So between now and then the post-production and all that stuff, it could be made. Only thing is, the drop-off from the first Kingsman to the second Kingsman is very significant, because the first Kingsman made $414 million is what the first Kingsman made. And I'm going to say that movie was great. It came out of nowhere. No one expected it, and this movie is awesome. And it stayed in I was trying to look up how many weeks it stayed in, but I remember this movie was in the top 5 for a good amount of weeks. It just kept, hanging in there, lingering in there. It kept making money somehow. Like every week, it was in the 5th place and just staying there, because people kept going to see it. And that's how it made up to $414 million. And the Rotten Tomatoes score was like 74%. And this movie was only on an $81 million budget. So this movie definitely made money. If you do with the math I told you, 2.5 times more. And 74% was great. Second one, Kingsman, The Golden Circle. That one came in at $310 million. And the Rotten Tomatoes score was at 53%, which is technically rotten, And I don't understand. Like, I understand how they're going to make money, how they want to make another one, but I don't understand as far as, because you saw the downfall as far as what you made in the thing. Now, Matthew Vaughn's supposed to be coming back to direct this movie once again, so maybe he's coming to redeem himself, because I personally didn't like the second one as much as the first one. The first one was great. Second one, it was too silly. It was like a spoof, because, alright, Kingsman, what you're getting is over-the-top, like, gritty action. Over-the-top, gritty action is what you're getting. Kingsman 2, it was over-the-top, gritty action, but the story was definitely lacking. The main bad guy grinding up the people, feeding it to the other person, and then, like, if you saw that happen, why would you try and do something bad too, to jeopardize your life again, which I don't know, that was stupid. And then you've got Elton John doing backflips and being a kung fu master. Like, what's going on here? Like, before that, I was cool. And then the whole thing of bringing Colin Firth back, we clearly saw him get shot in the first one, but somehow, by some miracle, they made it that you can bring him back in this one. So, literally, it's like they're saying anybody can get brought back from the dead, as long as they're not grinded up into pulp. What I'm thinking. So, or blown up into pieces. So, a gunshot to the head, hey, Kingsman, world, you're still good. You can still come back. But, anything else? Probably gone. But, I hope that Matthew Vaughn gets back to the way he did the first one, and gets a good story, and gets back to what we all loved about the first one, because the second one definitely was not up to par, and I want that to do better. So that's pretty much it for that. Next, we're going to be talking about the Bumblebee trailer. I'm telling you, I saw this Bumblebee trailer, and I got tingles. I legit got tingles, like with the music, the score, the way you start playing at the end, and then her running and like a true hero step. Like, I want to see this. At first, I was like, Aquaman, definitely seen that week, because this movie comes out the same weekend as Aquaman, and I was like, Aquaman, definitely got my ticket. Now, I mean, I got A-list, AMC A-list, so I'm probably going to go see both of them that same night, just to get it out the way, because I don't want to pick and choose, like, I'm not trying to make a Sophie's choice here. I'm going to see both of these mother effers that same day. So, probably going to see Aquaman first, then go right into Bumblebee, and since I got the A-list, I can use those two in the best seats too. I can get Dolby Digital for both of them the same night, open night, for free. That's what I'm saying. Y'all need to get on the A-list. I'm telling you, you really do. So, I'm definitely down for this Bumblebee movie. And the only thing I wasn't too sure is because the Transformers or the Decepticons were shaped like jets and stuff, but it seemed like they were on, planet Cybertron, and I'm like, didn't they had to come to Earth to be the trucks and jets, right? Because they took the form of Earth vehicles. So how are they vehicles like that in Cybertron? I don't know. But we'll see how it works out in the movie. But it's not directed by Michael Bay, so that's a God blessing. It's directed by the guy who directed Kubo and the two strings of two ships or something like that. Definitely, as long as it's not Michael Bay, I'm happy. So that's pretty much it. Then the last we're going to be talking about is sad news. A little bit sad. Well, it's kind of sad news for gamers themselves. TellTales studios is shutting down. As of Friday, a lot of their employees were tweeting and everything about how, say, if you guys are looking for a game developer, I'm right here. Check it out. This, like, let me know, because we're no longer working for TellTales, and it was for all of them. And come to find out that they're shutting down their studios. They were the last thing they're gonna be working on is the last season of The Walking Dead that is gonna be coming out this week, I believe. And there's only 25 employees left working there as of right now. And what I'm hearing is the other ones that got let go so far, a lot of them didn't get, or there's no severances for any of them, which is crazy. With the amount of years you've been working, you need to get some money, you know, to survive after working at a place for so long. But they're talented people, so I'm sure they're gonna get jobs, because everyone loves Telltale stuff, which is why it's very questionable. Why is it shutting it down? No one knows why specifically, because it seemed like they were doing great. They've been working with everything from Game of Thrones to Batman, you know, to Wolf Among Us, and then Walking Dead. So you've got like these top things that you're working with, and somehow you're still closing down. I don't understand. But well, that's what we're hitting. And like the ones that everyone was anticipating was Wolf Among Us Season 2, which is based on the Stranger Things. I didn't know it was based on Stranger Things. That's why I didn't even bother watching. But I think I might go get and maybe watch a walkthrough of this game just to see what it's about, because I love Stranger Things on Netflix, and if this is part of it, definitely want to see more about. And then also you got the Game of Thrones Season 2 that everyone wanted, and that's not happening. Now, if coming from the CEO of TellTales, you got Kevin Bruner, and he wrote in a blog in a statement saying, "Today, I'm mostly saddened for the people who are losing their jobs at a studio they love. And I'm also saddened at the loss of a studio that greenlit crazy ideas that no one else would consider." He also went on to say, "We choose to venture where others dared not to go, and we found some success along the way. It took a lot of vision, luck, willpower, teamwork, talent, and very long days and nights to get there, but it will forever have been worth it." So yeah, it definitely sounds like the last words of the CEO that this thing's shutting down, and we're gonna miss you. We're definitely gonna miss you, TellTales, and hopefully all the employees go on to make great things again. So that's pretty much it for the nerd news. I know it squeezed in a lot. The video longer than I wanted it to be, but hey, you know, I'm just trying to give you all the content on this Monday. So remember to put on those notifications. Remember to like the video. Check down and comment down below if you want to talk about any topics that are talked about right now, and get back to me, because as soon as I get those comments, I comment right back to you right away as soon as I see it. And so remember to subscribe. Check out my last Daily Nerd News. Check out my playlist of Daily Nerd News. Remember, I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Suburban Nerd, and you've just been nerdified. Catch you guys on the next Daily News.